welcome to For the Birds with Richard Cole. And Richard Cole is here today with a big announcement, right?
Yes.
We got a few things coming up, but we have a really big announcement.
We have some winners.
Yeah.
The top 3 pictures selected to be in the Cole's calendar for 2023.
Yeah, the top 3 prize winners. We're going to show you that, but we're not going to show it to you right away. First, we're going to show you all the semifinalists and tell us what else is coming up on today's show.
Oh, wow. I'm going to talk a little bit about a hawk that someone captured a picture of, just because we don't talk about the hawks a lot.
Yeah, we don't.
And let's see, what else we're going to do? We're going to talk about
We're going to talk a little bit
yeah.
about the nesting season and fall migration, right?
Oh, it's that time, folks. The migration's underway. It's going to pick up speed as we go, and then there's maintenance things we should be doing as these birds get out here and the new birds come in, and we get ready for the fall and winter time. So we'll talk about that. And hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Part of that fall migration is all the hummingbirds that come to North America to breed are now starting their migration back down to Mexico and Central America for the winter season up here, so they actually have something to eat. And they'll be back next spring.
And as always, we invite you to ask your questions, to interact with us. This is a really, really exciting day because you guys have sent in gorgeous pictures, and we hope you're watching, and we hope you're standing by, and we'd love to have your comments with you guys, just making comments about the winners or maybe where you're from, where you're watching. So let's get straight to showing the top semifinalists. So we're going to show you all the different pictures that were brought in and submitted, and these are the pictures that won in our top semifinalists, meaning we put all these up on Facebook and allowed you to do the voting. So the top 3 that we're going to announce today are all ones that got voted on by everybody. And we've got some gorgeous pictures.
Yes.
What did you think about this year's entrance?
You know, I'm absolutely amazed every year we do this. Like, wow, people have really taken some great photographs. And the thought is that they're actually seeing this in their backyard. It's not just a photograph, they actually got to see that real live as part of feeding the birds in their backyard. And this just captures one of those moments.
Yeah, and this also reminds you of just all the beauty and drama and fun that is associated with feeding the birds and having them come to you. I love the pictures where, like this one, where mom and dad bluebird are, there at the nesting box. Love the little expression on that face. We always get a lot of bluebird pictures. I think they're very photogenic, don't you?
They are photogenic. And it's just one of those nice birds that a lot of people like to have around, so they put out the bluebird boxes.
Yeah, and then we also get a lot of pictures of woodpeckers, and I especially love them. And we want to remind you that when we do this, we're really looking at how the birds capture the season, and we always need more winter pictures, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
People like to be out more, I think, in the fall and in the summer and the spring when it's more comfortable, but we love those.
The year does have different seasons. It's nice to have bird pictures from each season.
And isn't it great, too, to be able to see the seasons through the eyes of the birds, the pictures?
Yes.
I think there's no other animal you could pick that would depict the seasons as well.
It's nice because part of these birds, some of these birds are migratory, so they move in and out of North America depending on the season, so we get this changeover, changing the guard, so to speak.
Yeah. Some really nice, great pictures. Oh, I do too. The variation in color on them. Yeah, that one is really colorful. We always get bluebirds in the snow, and you just can't beat that. We also learn a little from our bird photographers, and if you guys are watching now and you have comments on how you take such great pictures, we'd love that as well. We'd love to hear from you and tell us about some of your secrets about taking pictures of wild birds. Richard, you take their pictures too. I know you don't enter the contest, but you take pictures of them, don't you?
I do. I do. And it's just a little hobby. I just like doing it
Yeah.
so I can capture the moment as I was speaking about, and then look back later and say, yeah. Because
Have you ever framed any of your pictures?
yes, I think I have. One or two.
Yeah.
Not many, just one or two.
Yeah. We certainly see a lot of color. You see the beauty of the seasons, and like I said, I love the family interactions.
Yeah.
These two have both found the same great watering hole.
Yeah, a little standoff there.
All right, so
Okay,
now you've
wow.
seen all the birds, all the pictures that made our semifinals, and you all got the chance to vote on them. So without further ado, here we go. Drum roll. Alex,
Drum roll, and the winner is?
Let's see our first prize winner. Look at this. You
Oh,
got
wow.
it. All those beautiful berries, the contrast of colors, and the beauty of winter all right here. And this is our first place winner. Congratulations, Kenny Fay. What a phenomenal picture.
Way to go. Way to go.
That is absolutely beautiful. Congratulations. I hope you're
That's nice.
watching, Kenny. If you are, please say something to us.
You can't get tired of looking at the picture like that.
I know, that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's see the second prize. And in second place,
Oh, yeah.
love the iridescent look of the head on this one. That is gorgeous.
Red-headed woodpeckers are such a striking bird with those contrasts,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
black and the white and the brilliant red.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss them when they're out there moving around.
And congratulations to Jay Potluck. Wow, this is beautiful. Such a great job. And our third place, I love the color in this one. And just think how close Renee Stuckey was when making that picture. That is absolutely beautiful.
And it's
And captured those wings that are going so fast.
it's like I've got a flower similar to that on my front porch, and we have our hummingbirds coming to it every night. It's like, well, why don't I take a picture of them coming? 'Cause that's a little nicer in a way than coming to a feeder. It looks so natural.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And I love those colors. Such great depictions of summer and winter, that kind of thing. I love all of it. So now we're going to take a look at what first, second, and third place winners will get. All the
my
different
goodness.
prizes. So first place, and again, congratulations, Kenny Fay. You're going to get all of these, the collection of feeders and seed. Just you can try everything and let us know how much you like it.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to take it all in, so I don't look at it all the time. So, oh, we've got a lot of stuff there.
Absolutely, over $300 in value. So congratulations. We will get that prize out to you.
Nice.
And then second place gets over $225 in value. A lot of great gifts with this as well. The Titan tray, I love that.
Yes.
And then of course the Tough Bird feeder guard again, and just different feeders for you to try, as well as a great assortment of Kohl's foods.
That's the whole setup.
And third place, this is great too, over $150 in value. We do so appreciate you guys entering to win. And so, yeah, this gives you a chance to sample some of our great products along with the Hummer High Rise and the hummingbird food nectar that Kohl's makes. And so this is a great chance for you to be able to sample the different products. Mostly, we are so thrilled that you entered. Congratulations to everybody who made the semifinals. And we are going to find out who makes the calendar, right?
Yes.
And
That
that is
selection's
coming up,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so the people at Kohl's have their work cut out for them. I mean, they do take into account your votes as well, but they make the final decisions about the calendar, and these were determined by all of you. So thank you for voting and taking part, and we'd love to hear from you, hear your comments as we go through the show today. So now we go on to...
Those are pretty birds.
Oh, so beautiful, so beautiful. The red-shouldered hawk. Let's take a look at him.
Yeah, this is we don't talk about hawks a lot, since we show a lot of songbirds and feeder birds. But a friend came up with this picture that they saw this in their backyard. It's like, cool. It's just, there's a red-shouldered hawk, and so it was right there on the deck, I think.
Yeah.
And so she was able to get a very good picture of it, and several. And so it hung around, and maybe they had lunch together. I don't know.
Oh, I doubt it.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But you're right.
Yeah.
If you feed the birds, you will see the hawks around, because that
Yes.
is one of the things that hawks eat. But they eat a lot of other
They eat
things.
a lot of other
Yes.
stuff. The red shoulder is not, the super bird predator, but it goes after mammals. It goes after amphibians. It goes after a lot of things.
Does it eat worms? Because I see them out there in the morning just
yeah.
pecking around all on the ground.
They'll pick up large insects and things like worms and anything they see that they can eat.
Yeah.
This is one of the birds that eats a variety for its diet. It's not just a one-dimensional feeder. It goes after anything.
Right.
But it's a beautiful bird. And they're around, and a lot of people don't recognize what they are. It's because everything's either a red-tailed hawk or
Right.
it's one of the others. And it's a beautiful bird, and it's much more deeply colored than some of the other birds. So, and it's a mid-sized hawk.
And we
And,
do appreciate you sending that. And
Yeah.
do we want to say what that hawk is snacking on, Richard?
Well, if you look real closely down around the talons on its right foot, you'll see they're raised up slightly, and there's something, it's hard to tell what it is, under it. It was a frog.
Oh.
I say was. It's still
Yeah.
mostly a frog. But it was just enjoying a frog lunch.
Yep.
So, sorry for the frog, but
But, it is a tough survival for these animals.
It's-
And, we don't have to go close up on that, Alex. We don't want to gross out anybody.
it
But
is
it is
really tough
nature,
for them
yeah.
to get by.
Right.
They have to grab a meal wherever and whenever they can.
And that's not easy to
No.
catch. Everything you eat has to be living and trying to get away from you.
And so many times, they miss a lot more than they
Right,
catch.
right.
You don't think about it,
Right.
but they don't capture something every time they go out to hunt. It just doesn't happen. In fact, most of the time, it gets away, they miss, or there's nothing
It's
there.
a lot of energy.
Yes.
And they get driven out of territory by some of the other birds.
Yes. Nobody likes them.
Yeah, nobody wants them around. It's a lonely life, I think.
Yeah, so if you came back as a bird, would you want to come back as a hawk?
I would not. No, I've had this discussion. I'm coming back as like an otter because they have fun
Okay.
and just chill and eat a lot of seafood. How about you, Richard?
And then,
Coming back as a hawk?
And otters come with a fur coat.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Boy, would I come back?
They just like to have fun.
What would I come back as? The advantage of being a hawk or something like that is you're a little further up the food chain,
You are?
a little harder to get around, but not too many people are going to eat you.
Yes.
So,
And it seems very fun to fly. Anything that has the ability
Yeah.
to fly, I think we
Yeah.
all look at that and think like that must be a ton of fun.
yeah. Do I have to just pick one bird?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's really tough. Maybe a hummingbird.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a tough life. They gotta like fly over to Mexico.
Yeah, but they're so cool.
They are cool. You just want to be cool more than you want to like have an easy life.
Yeah. And some of them guys live to be pretty old.
Do they? How old?
Some of them, there was one I think recorded at about 13.
No
That is
way.
an extreme exception.
Yeah.
Most of them probably live 3 years, maybe 4,
Yeah.
and if that long. And a lot of them don't make it past childhood. And but you'll see some maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
It gets a little scarce past that
Yeah.
from banding.
So you're gonna
information.
pack a lot of life into a short time.
Yes, and
on
they
your-
seem to do it. They've got
They
they've got
do.
a ramped up metabolism.
Yep.
They could fly from really Canada to South America
And you get to eat all the time,
all the time.
constantly.
Sweet stuff.
Yep.
Sweet stuff.
Yeah.
And everywhere you stop, somebody's got sugar water out for you. I mean, that's
Right.
not too bad.
And they love to look at you.
Yeah. Yes.
And speaking, this takes us straight into our next thing. Let's talk about the Hummers for a minute and the video that we have of the Hummers.
Okay.
We'll come back to the nesting boxes, okay?
That's fine.
So, Look at this video. This is typically what happens at our feeders too. You'll see another Hummer come in and all they do is try to, guard that feeder.
Yes,
Taking over.
this is what they do. And I learned a long time ago that when you're seeing this, it looks like they're just constantly fighting, and they are to some extent. One will try to protect its little food source.
Yep.
It'll try to guard your entire back porch if there's multiple feeders, until it gets to a point where that expenditure of its own energy is not worth the effort to try to hold the rest of the birds off all the feeders, and it'll slowly come down to one. When it gets really bad and maybe more chilly, I've seen this up in North Carolina at a high altitude. It was very chilly and rainy, and there was 20 or 30 birds coming to each feeder.
Yeah.
They were literally, their beaks, 2 beaks at a time into the holes side by side.
Yeah. Wow.
They had to eat. They didn't fight at all. They
That's
couldn't afford
amazing.
to fight.
I would love
they
to
had
see
to
that.
eat.
And I've seen it out west too.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
be out in Arizona and they just pack on a feeder.
Yes.
I've never seen that at my feeders.
But if they've got plenty of food and they've got the weight that they need, they'll fight. And it seems like they enjoy it too.
And do the female Hummers do it as much as the males, or is
I
it
think
just
so.
the same?
The males seem to be aggressive, but I don't know that one fights more than the other. They all seem to be pretty much bullies around their feeder that they think is theirs.
I know. We always call it a humming pig. Every season we have a humming pig. We also have another video of a Hummer, I think out in the trees. Look at this one. How cute is that? He's probably watching a feeder, waiting for another little guy to come try to get on there. Great video.
Here we go.
You know, you're going to come back as a hummingbird, Richard. You're
Okay.
going to be busy. They are always on. Look, they never just turn it off, do they?
Oh, wait a minute. I might not want to be a hummingbird. That's right. those guys go
You don't
nonstop.
see
They don't
them relaxing,
Oh.
watching Netflix or anything like that.
Let me get
They
back
are
with you
always
on what bird I'd like to come back.
But see,
at.
that's why I want to be an
yeah,
otter. I
yeah,
just want
yeah.
to lay around, take my little shells and hit them and
There
have
you
fun
go.
with my friends.
And a free fur coat.
Oh, look.
Oh,
Look how
nice.
cute. I love this. I love
Yeah.
this feeder. We have these, and I love it.
A quick story on that feeder. Cole's has this feeder now, and we liked it. So this is really a cool feeder. And of course, I like hummingbirds, so I have all types of feeders on the back porch. And I'll have to admit, over the last 2 or 3 years, I've ended up using exclusively that feeder right there. And I'm
Yeah.
not just saying that.
Yeah. No,
but
I
it's
have
like, oh my
too.
goodness, you know, I was fooling around with the other ones where the nectar's dripping and leaking and it's hard to clean, and this one is such a breeze. And I said, wait a minute, oh, it's so little. Well, no, it holds 8 ounces. That's almost as much as the 4 fountains, and it's so easy to clean it, and it's so easy to fill it, and it doesn't spill or drip, and the birds love it.
I've gone to it too, and I have to say it's primarily because it's easy to fill that moat and it doesn't get covered in ants.
Yes, yes, it has the built-in
Yeah.
ant moat. You put a little water in it, they come down
Yep.
the stem, they can't get across that little water that's around the stem in that cup there. And so
It's just easy.
yeah.
It's
And,
so easy.
But the birds love this feeder, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy with it now. It's like, oh, so much work I've saved myself just
know.
going with these feeders.
I know. And once you do that and it becomes so easy and they're easy to clean, like you said, you just don't want to go back to doing the work of other
And you
hummingbird
end
feeders.
up cleaning them more too, which you probably should
Yeah.
do.
I run those through the dishwasher
Yeah.
all the time.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. Dishwasher safe.
Easy
Yes.
peasy. Okay, so let's talk about the nesting bucks and the fall migration. Fall slowdown is coming up, isn't it?
Oh, fall slowdown. As this is something else I learned the hard way coming up for the many years I've been in this business. I started noticing it. I'd put out a bunch of food. It's getting cool. Let's put out the food for the birds. Nothing would show up. Just
Really?
Nothing. And I didn't understand it. It makes no sense. It's fall time. It's a little chilly.
Yeah.
The birds are supposed to start eating, and they wouldn't. Well, it's what I call fall slowdown. There's so much natural food available in the fall. It's a harvest time for these guys. So you don't think about just all the weed seeds and all the things like poison ivy berries, and they eat those. They love them. And things like that are ripe and ready. But you have a lot of spiders. You ever walk around your house and near your bushes or something in the fall time, there's spider webs everywhere?
Yes.
These guys are at max population, and the birds will eat spiders.
Oh,
And-
yeah, they love that spider.
They like them. They like
Yeah.
them. So there's just a lot of natural food out there for the birds. They don't need to come to the feeder as much.
Yeah.
They'll come, but it's not that necessary
Not quite
anymore.
as tasty as
No.
a big old
No.
juicy spider, right?
So during this period of time, I just say that's a fall slow down, because I want to caution everybody who gets a feeder and puts it all out there, just like me, like, what happened? It must be the bird seed. It must be the feeder. Or they don't like me. No, it's fine. Just wait till it gets colder, food gets more scarce, the birds will come to the feeder.
Absolutely. And we want to be sure to keep their nesting boxes. The good time to clean them, right?
Yes, because the breeding season, you might possibly have a bluebird still wrapping up a brood. I doubt it. But it's time to clean it out. And I usually just throw the old stuff out, hose the box out, let it dry, and I'll put a little bit of, in case of a bluebird, a little bit of pine straw in there, or some kind of straw like that, and in the bottom, so they'll come in there and they can sit in the wintertime. There's no feather lice or anything already in the box.
Are they all finished? Are the bluebirds, the eastern bluebirds, they're
Most likely,
done?
most likely.
I mean,
yeah.
you can always look in their nests and see
Yes,
if there's anything in there. But
tap on the door, give them a chance to jump out. Don't stand right in front of the door when you're tapping on the box, because
Yeah.
they'll come out and scare you to death. But just tap on it and then open it very slowly. And if there's a bird sitting in there, just close it very slowly and
Yep.
check it the next week.
Yeah.
But they're probably done for the year.
Yeah.
It's possible somebody could be in there.
Yeah.
But then just clean the box out, get it ready for the roosting season, because they'll come in there and they'll camp out in there
Yeah.
on cold nights, and they'll have a nice clean place to do that in. And the hummingbirds, I fought this my entire career with this bird thing, is people said, oh, you got to take your hummingbird feeders down or the birds won't migrate. Well, your feeder has nothing to do with that whatsoever.
yeah.
The birds know when to migrate. It's built into their system. They time it for when there's maximum food available for them to make that trip along the way. Yeah, and they don't hang around just because there's food there, because if they did, they would all die. Because they all
Right.
hang around up here and they're dying, that would be it. So they know
Yeah.
what to do. So
It's
put
a
a feeder out.
shortness of sunlight, right? Isn't that what they're triggered on?
Yeah, and they just know when to go. Maybe
Yeah.
because it gets cold too, and they don't have a coat.
Maybe so.
But it's nice to keep a feeder out, because you'll see some birds down in October, maybe even early November, that are naturally just starting to move.
Yeah.
In our case, in this area, generally ruby throats will start, and I've seen some. We've tracked some and banded them that were in very early December, and a few in November, and of course a lot in October, who are just moving through. So they know when it's time for them to move. But the majority of them have moved earlier, though. And but be aware that they'll be coming through. Keep a feeder out. Just make sure you clean it every now and then, and the nectar is not cloudy. And keep one out all year, because there
Yeah.
are birds from the west
They'll come
that move
through.
into the eastern United States to spend the winter. And this has been well documented now over 15 or 20 years. I don't remember how long we've been working on that, but it's been a while. And so we see a lot of western species in the east, and especially the southeast, during the wintertime. So you won't see a lot of them, but they're around. So keep a feeder out. You may see a rufous or a black chin or some other species
Yeah.
or thing in the southeastern United States in the wintertime.
Yep. It's worth it. Keep them out.
Yeah.
And we do have a comment. This one comes from Jay Potluck, one of our winners
yes.
today that we announced. He says, you're going to love this. I've thrown my pinch waste bottle feeders away, only use the high rise. Yay.
Fantastic.
Thank
Way to go.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I sure did.
They're just easy, and they're
Yes.
great, and you get a great view of them. And there's Jay's winning picture today was the
Yes.
second place beautiful woodpecker. So thanks so much, Jay.
And thanks for the entry, and congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to thank all of you who entered. We are going to leave you. We're ending a little bit early, but not really ending, because we're going to end with a video showing you all of our semi-finalist winners. Thanks so much. We will be announcing which photographs did make it into our Kohl's calendar, so stay tuned on Facebook for those announcements. And thanks for joining us.
Yes.
It's been
And
so informative.
yes, and thank all of you for the calendar submissions. Those are just fantastic. We enjoy them so much. And
Yeah.
especially congratulations to the winners.
Absolutely.
And soon to be known, the other people who made the calendar.
Yeah,
Yes.
what an honor.
Yes.
We'll see you next month.
Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.